I supposed to talk? Whew. I'm still kind of wiping tears away. Love grows here. What a beautiful job you did. Oh my God, I have to clap. They work so hard here every Wednesday, making sure that they're here for us, giving of themselves. Thank you so much. I wish I could say that the song that was going through my head for the past month was as tender and loving. Mine was Huey Lewis and the News. The power of love, right? So, the power of love is a curious thing. It makes one man weep and another man sing, changes a hawk to a little dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. So I'm happy that you got me on track really well. So magnetism, harmony, unity, that's the power of love. Gosh, doesn't it feel good to be in love? Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. Everything just moves along so smoothly and seamlessly. Nothing bothers us. The grass is greener. So what if it's raining? Even if it was thundering and lightning, it wouldn't matter because we'd be so full of love. We would have an energy within us that everything does look brighter and more wonderful. It's a deeper love, a magnetism, where we feel good. But what if we realized that we could always be in love? Always in love, and really realize that superpower and allow it to go deep within us and know that we can be in that feeling all the time, every day. We would be more in love with life, more in love with ourselves. We would be filled with passion and purpose, knowing that love is available in every day, in every situation. And we hear in 1 Corinthians 13, Jesus, our master teacher, reminds us that love is patient, love is kind, love does not boast or envy, it is not rude, it does not insist on its way or rejoice in wrongdoing, but in the truth. That reading is so popular with people getting married or people renewing their vows. Why? Because it brings with it a magnetism, a positive electric charge, resulting in an attraction for one another. And as we sit and see this wedding taking place or these vows being renewed, we feel it. We feel that energy and we rejoice in that energy. We are created to exude that magnetism into the world. We are created for that. We have a built-in knowing that disharmony is not who we are or what we want. We need to be pouring more love, more harmony, not less into the world. And the choir made that very clear this morning through acts of kindness, compassion, understanding, and please, giving each other the benefit of the doubt. I know when I don't give somebody the benefit of the doubt, I don't feel well. It doesn't sit well with me. So giving each other the benefit of the doubt is all a part of being in love with life. So how do we transform ourselves so that we can actually feel this magnetism, this electric charge enough within ourselves to want it even more? Well, the power of love is our true nature, and in John 32, we hear, when I am lifted up from the earth, that means my lower vibration, okay? I will draw people to me. So, have you ever been with people where it's blah, 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 life? I don't know what I'm going to do. I forgot my umbrella, and I'm getting wet, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. You try to get away from them, don't you? You try to go away. It's a vibration that takes us out of our harmony. But when we're with somebody or walk into a room, for example, and everybody's having fun and everything is wonderful, we want to stay. We want to be a part of it. Didn't you want to be a part of the choir this morning? I mean, come on. They were having so much fun. Yeah. So we are capable of transforming ourselves and lifting ourselves up to unconditional acceptance, acts of kindness, and compassion. And we're able to see that all things work together for good. Last Sunday, Reverend Carla reminded us that can't we just love one another right now? Can't we just do that? And the week before, Amy and Jesse reminded us that we need to forgive ourselves. That's part of love, to forgive ourselves so that we can forgive others, so that we can free ourselves and be that love. And while I'm quoting people, I'm going to go on here with Charles Fillmore, our co-founder, because he says, love insists that all is good, and refusing to see anything but good, it causes that quality finally to appear uppermost in all things. It goes right along with our beautiful first principle of unity, which says God is absolute good, everywhere present, in every what? Person, place, or thing. Not in some, in all. So, how much more proof do we need? Well, I'll tell you, obviously I needed more because when I was younger, in my earlier years, what I did was I tried to please everybody. Everybody. I wanted everybody to like me, so I was always giving to others and putting myself last. While being in service is great and a great way to live, and we know that it's so needed in our lives, I was unbalanced. I was unbalanced because I didn't want to upset anybody. I thought that was how I was to give love. But really, what I was saying was, I need your love. I need your love. I thought that I would be getting love from the outside. I didn't recognize that it comes from in here in my earlier years. And I'm telling you, it wore me out. Wore me out trying to please people. However, when you've been around as long as I have, 40 years ago, I realized, not 40, but 40 years ago, I realized that love is inside. And it was time for me to start hanging around with that love. Hanging around with that that's always with me. It's in the shower with me. I can't get rid of it. It's with me all the time. Who is that? Me. It's me. When am I going to love me? When am I going to care about me? When am I going to become my own best friend and be there and trust in God? And not in a selfish, narcissistic way, but actually say, come on, girl, get it together. God is with you, in you, all the time. You need to start loving yourself more, not less. Getting in touch with your true essence. That helped me a lot. Because, the ego, and it always gets a bad rap, but, it's here, and one of the things it is it's very confused, and it's misinforming a lot. And we take that on, and then we become confused, and we become misinformed about our true identity. It's not until we begin to love ourselves that we can actually be present to other people. That was such a huge awakening for me, and it gave me a freedom, a real freedom. So once that presence of God, through prayer and meditation, came into being with me, that awareness of God ever present, mine for the taking, 24/7, I could make a conscious choice for myself and how to be with others. So I got rid of useless thinking, and when it pops in, I get rid of it as fast as I can. I could invite then the presence of who I am in my life by stopping, by thinking, and be awakening to my purpose. Be the activity of God be the activity of the universe. So what is my purpose? What is your purpose? You know, it's more than choosing a profession. Do you remember as a little child growing up when Aunt Nellie would come or your grandparents would come and they'd say, "And what do you want to be when you grow up, honey?" Okay, do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a lawyer? Do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to be a minister? Do you want to be an Uber driver? No matter what it is you want to do, no matter what different jobs you have throughout your life, your purpose is the same. It is to awaken to your true self while you do the physical job that you've chosen. So for you out there that might be retired, you still have a purpose. You still have a job. Look, when you're not doing that good golf swing and you're upset and all that stuff with yourself, that's the time to love yourself and the golf swing. Why not? And pickleball. What about pickleball? What about when you miss the ball? You think, oh, I'm going to do pickleball now. It's easier than tennis. Do we forget that our purpose is still to love ourselves and to love those that we're with? Or if you're going out to dinner with friends, it never stops. It always flows. Our purpose never changes. In Eckhart Tolle's book, A New Earth, he says, you want to know how to awaken? I'm going to tell you how. You're going to awaken by being in doing mode, doing acceptance, doing enjoyment, doing enthusiasm. Each one of those has a different vibrational frequency of our consciousness. Just engage yourself in any one of them before you do anything, and you're actually able to see and to feel that. And I have to bring the choir back in again with that. I mean, look at the enthusiasm, the joy, that wonderful feeling. That was awakening. That was an awakening for all of us here. We were having so much fun. We were so into it. And that's what we do for one another. That's what that choir did for us this morning. To be able to see and feel that awakening. But there's something that goes along with this, and it's hard. We have to go within. We have to be willing to transform ourselves, and we need to be what we say we are. We have to look deep within, and when we do, it is scary. It is scary because it's painful. We're afraid that when we look deep within ourselves, there won't be anything there. Or when we look deep within ourselves, we feel nothing but shame. As Reverend Carla mentioned last week, we all have a shadow side. We can't get away from it. It's our past that still runs us, that keeps us from our true essence, who we really are. However, we can love our shadow, even though it sticks to us like glue. We can say, oh, I think I'm going to love being a victim right now. That feels really good to me. I'm going to see how many people I can upset now. We can do all those things that we want to. We can say, you know, I've been meaning to get this off my chest. I think I'm going to let you know how I feel right now. You know, that's what we think we're getting rid of our shadow, but what we're doing is we're putting it on somebody else, right? So we can do all that if we want to, but we'll never wake up. We'll never wake up. We need to embrace the shadow. We need to make it our friend so it loses all that power in us. That's when we integrate who we are, our wholeness, that wholeness, God within. That's when the healing occurs. We then bring the light forward, and we are in alignment, and we're ready to be that light. We cannot get away from waking up if we want to move forward. But we can stay stuck as long as we want. I mean, we can be miserable, can't we? We all know how to do that really well. Yeah, we can do that. But what do you want? What do you want in this life? Do you want to be caught up in what they call now the hustle culture, where everything has to be done in a hurry? Do we want to do what Nike brilliantly came up with when I think I was 19? I first heard it. Whoosh, just do it. Just do it. We are called to something so deep and so beautiful that we need to get out of automatic pilot and take a breath and look through the eyes of love. Step out of our comfort zone, not be afraid to take a risk. We need to stop, take a breath, and practice being the presence of God, the I am. We do that with our doing. And when we do it, and we're really into it, we don't need Red Bull. There's no way. We don't need it. We don't need an energy shot. We don't need that to get us through the day. We really don't. It's all in here. The energy shot's here. God. God's your energy shot. So by that doing, you are the great I am. You are God. It is a knowing that God as us is what brings love into the world. So how about this week? Let's talk about this week. How about if we stop before we judge ourselves? Just stop. Or judge another, and we say, what doing do I want to bring to my inner conversation, my conversation with myself? What do I want to bring to the conversation with others? Whether in person, on the phone, a text, an email, whether you're creating a little TikTok. I don't have that down yet. Okay. But do I want to bring acceptance? I have to bring it to myself first. But when I do that, then I'm enjoying life. Then there's enthusiasm in my life, isn't there, when I do that? You know, every morning I pretend, because I'm not an artist with, acrylics and different things like that, but I'm an artist in my mind, and every morning I picture in front of me a blank easel, knowing that I have the power within me to create anything I want for myself for that day. And when I'm creating it for myself, it spills over to others. You can't help it. It just spills over to others. So I want to create that magnetism in my life, that doing, that electrical charge. That's how we wake up. That's how we wake up to ourselves, and that's how we wake up the world. One little act at a time, we do it. I'm going to invite you this week to spend some time in meditation, just a few minutes in the silence, and allow yourself to come into that vibration of forgiving first. Just come into, what does it feel like when somebody forgives you? Oh, that feels so wonderful. What does it feel like when somebody appreciates you? Come into that vibration, that knowing, that feeling. That's your true essence. And love the situation that you're in, whatever that situation is. May you find yourself this week really going about the business of doing enjoying, doing enthusiasm, and passing it on, because that really is the magnetism of love. Amen. So let us surrender right now to love. Find your center. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. It's time to allow your energy to ascend, to go all the way up to the top of your head, to your crown chakra, to free yourself, to breathe in a new level of intensity, that magnetism of love. Recognize that power that is within you, that love. Slowly take a breath and let it go all the way up again to your crown chakra and let it out very slowly. Control that breath. Settle into your chair. Allow your shoulders to really drop. And make yourself comfortable. And in your mind's eye, picture yourself in doing mode, knowing what it feels like within you to be accepted, knowing what it feels like to forgive yourself. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to forgive others and to have that burden taken away from you? Allow your heart to just open wide and feel that energy of the experience of when you've been loved, accepted, forgiven, nurtured. Allow yourself to feel that as we go into the silence for just a moment. And I invite you now to place your hand over your heart and to bless your body to a new understanding of who you are, of that doing. Take in that new awareness. That's all I have to do. I just have to be in my doing. Bless that love within you, that it awakens you and takes away any darkness that clouds who you are. Because you are God in action. And just take one last deep breath.